Look guys, I want to show you I'm getting my shit together. See? Progress. Look at the infamous couch. It's like almost empty. So, wanted to share that with you guys that I'm getting my shit together. Guys, so I finally got done with the chair. The infamous chair. No clothes are on it. However, I have clothes in the dryer that are gonna go right back on it. But the majority of everything that I needed to get hung is hung.
Say you smoking grams, I'm smoking to the Grammys. Say you got them eyes, but all I see is candy. Feel you came through so low key. Think you understand, I don't know me. Still I get along with your best friends, even better with your family. I got way too many feels, way too much emotion. I don't even know what's up. Say fuck it, keep on going. I get deeper, yeah, I think I'm about it. If I see him, yeah, I see it. I don't know, I just keep going. Yeah, there's way too many feels, way too much emotion. I don't even know what's up. I just say fuck it, keep on going. I got all I need, you know what I mean. Yeah, we pour up till we go up. Ooh, and I got way too many feels, way too many feels.
What's up guys? So I had another anxiety attack today. I believe I shared with you guys last week that I had one. So yeah, this is the second one I've had and legitimately freaked the hell out of me. So I decided to not go to the gym, to not put any more taxing exercises on my body today, and I just decided to mellow the lip out because I cannot feel like that. Like I felt like I was gonna die. I was like calling for my daughter. Like I felt like I was gonna pass out. So I 100% did not go to the gym. I just made sure to just kind of like detach myself from anything that was like stressing me out. I got ready and I went to go do the errands that I needed to do for my son's birthday. And I came home and that's probably the reason why I cleaned up my chair finally, because when I'm stressed out, I clean a lot. So yeah, it was just really weird because I haven't had that feeling in like so many years to where I felt so overwhelmed and stressed that I had an anxiety attack. Like that's crazy. And I've been through a lot like in the past couple years, and I thought I would have had one then, but I didn't. So the fact that I had one now, scared me. Long story short, the reason I'm so overwhelmed is because I want my business to be successful, and I'm working on getting a website ready, and I have another video shoot coming up. I have a photo shoot I'm trying to get ready for, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm still like embracing my body and my physique and loving myself while not being like super duper fit, lean, and just like, I guess I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to like not be perfect, but then I'm like, but you have to be in front of the camera a lot. It's kind of like, I guess, nerve-wracking to me, and just a lot's going on in my head, like trying to build my business and stay on top of my fitness goals and be a mom, be a wife, vlogger. It's a lot. So yeah, I just had to share with you guys that like the best thing you could do when you're feeling super overwhelmed is to take a step back, refocus, reanalyze everything, and make a game plan and just tackle one thing at a time. Like I have so much in my head that I just want to do, and I think I woke up like last night I was laying in bed and I was like, you should get out of bed and go work. And I told myself, Colleen Michelle, no, don't do that. So this morning I think I just had so much on my mind, you know, and so yeah. But anyhow, I'll talk about this a little bit more. But I just want to let you guys know that sometimes when you're feeling very overwhelmed, you have to like take a step back, and sometimes exercise could be the therapy. But in my case, I already knew that me going to the gym and putting more pressure on myself to get everything done that I had to get done in the day, and taking time to go to the gym today just was not like ideal. And so it felt good to like tell myself, Colleen, you need to take a step back and chill the hell out. And so I got a lot done here at home. So I just want to share with you guys that really fast. We're gonna go decorate the garage for my son's 8th birthday. We're gonna have a glow party. It's gonna glow in the dark. So I'm excited. All right, I just want to share that with you guys. And hey, what's this I'm sitting on? It's a couch that does not have any clothes on it. See? Woo! For Colin's birthday. How do we look? Glow-tastic. I glow. Oh snap. So yeah. Ooh, this is like, oh, this is cooler than the YouTube. What's up guys? Welcome to my top favorite glute movements. Right now I'm just starting off with my warm-ups, which are typical of what you guys normally see in my vlogs. So right here I'm just doing some side squats, and then I'm doing just regular air squats to kind of get my hip flexors warmed up and a little bit of my glutes. However, you guys all know when I squat, I feel it in my quads, not my glutes. Anyhow, I added the band here to just add some resistance, and I was doing more of like a pulse squat. And then right here I'm just doing some standing glute kickbacks. I'm doing a standing glute kickback to activate those glutes and get those muscles nice and warmed up. And mind you, this day, you guys, I did not have time to warm up on any cardio machine like I typically would. And my favorite warm-ups on my leg days are the stair climber or the treadmill at an incline for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much time I have. All right, guys, starting off with the first movement, reverse hack squat curtsy style, I guess you would call it. I kind of don't go all the way at a 90 degree. I almost do a partial movement. And if you guys want to pay attention to the form, you want to make sure that when you're doing the hack squat that the pad is more towards the back of your shoulders. You don't want it to be right on top of your shoulders, because it's going to put pressure onto your joints to where you don't want it, and it's going to kind of create that soreness on your shoulder joint, which you don't want. You want it to be almost like a squat where the weight is headed towards the back of your body, not towards the front. Does it kind of make sense? You guys all know I'm not great with my words sometimes. And as you guys can see, I'm wearing my Chucks. Chucks are like my go-to for leg days because they're super flat, and I feel like it's really good for my balance stability. When I have any other shoes that kind of have like an arch or like more of like a, I guess a bigger shoe sole, it really throws off my balance, and it's hard for me to do a lot of the movements. So I always wear my Chucks on my leg days, glute days. All right, moving into the second movement exercise is gonna be my hip thrust. Now I'm reviewing the pad that I got, the new hip thrust pad, and it did not work out great for me at all. This is the first set that I did. I have 245s on each side, and I was able to get it up with no problem, but the pad was kind of funky, like moving around. So you'll see in a clip coming up pretty soon that I had to ask for help because it was just so annoying getting the pad to not roll, and I actually hurt my hip. As you can see, I'm messing with it right here. It was seriously annoying me, and it kept rolling, and then the weird octagon shape of the weight plates were just kind of like rolling all over the place, and I was in a hurry. It was a shit show, needless to say. So right here I'm like frustrated and trying to play it cool, but I literally really need help. Will you do me a favor? Can you lift it and put it on me?
Sure.
Because I think this pad is like kind of funky when I roll it.
Okay, so we're going to get one at a time, or?
No, if you can just lift it when I set it up.
Okay.
And then just place it on me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. There you go. Thank you.
Right there?
Yep.
I'm going to go.
There. Thank you. I just want to point out to you, ladies, don't ever be shy to ask the gentleman at the gym for help. Like, I know it can be intimidating sometimes, but just treat them like they're one of the guys
and honestly they can be very helpful at times. So anyhow, moving on, I continued with my hip thrust. I did 3 or 4 sets, I believe, but I did take the weight down and I just did a higher rep range instead of a low rep range with heavier weight. So moving on to the next one. This is the Smith machine reverse lunge, and I probably should have just used a barbell, but the Smith was available. Anytime I do lunges, I typically will do reverse lunges because my quads will build a lot faster than the booty. So reverse lunges are just so amazing for your glutes. Like literally that bottom portion of your glute is just, it's so amazing. Tips I would recommend when you're doing your reverse lunges is to still make sure that your core is nice and tight. Make sure that you're breathing. A lot of people tend to hold their breath when they work out. Make sure your airway is not blocked, meaning don't arch your neck back as you go down. You want to make sure that your neck is nice and neutral with your spine. And again, be sure to breathe, pushing with your heels, not your toes. So you always want to push with your heel if you're trying to target like the glute hamstring area. You want to make sure that you're pushing through your heels and not your toes, not the front of your knee, specifically to your toes. So moving on to the next exercise, it kind of looks the same as the reverse lunges, but these are actually going to be reverse lunge pulses. And as you notice, I am going reverse again because that is just the best way that I feel the movement in my glutes. And these are a burner, and literally they do get your quads no matter how much you want to just focus on the glutes. To me, these still typically get my quads. So pretty awesome move, you guys. I was really sore since, what was that, Friday? We're on Saturday, so 3 days, and I'm barely starting to let off all the soreness. So yeah, it's a pretty amazing workout. A little tip when you're pushing off with your pulses, you want to make sure you're not pushing off with your back toe. As you can see right here, all the weight is distributed to the leg that I'm lunging pulsing with. So you want to make sure that you're not using your toes. All right, you guys, moving on to the next one, my one-legged hyper extensions. These are amazing for the glutes. As far as they are for my body, it can feel different on your body if, let's say, your glutes are not as strong and maybe your back is a little stronger. You're gonna feel it differently. However, I want to point out a couple form tips with you guys. On a couple of the first ones, my back is kind of rounded, my chin is tucked, and that is so I can feel the movement a little different. With the weight, it's more comfortable to have my chin tucked and my back a little arched. You'll notice when I drop the weight, I kind of straighten my back a little bit more, and that actually is because the weight is not holding me down, and I'm still feeling the movement right on the top of my glute, which is what you want. And my hamstrings are going to be secondary per usual, but this is more of a glute movement. You can see my face is like, what the fudge? So yeah, this one is pretty amazing. These are always like my go-tos. And as you can see, I'm doing partial movements. I'm not going too deep into the movement. I'm staying with the time under tension. So make sure you keep like a rubber band. You don't want to overextend those muscles. You just want to keep that burn going and keep that intensity up. And last but not least, your hip abductors. Form tips for this, you guys, is to not go super heavy. If it's too heavy and your body's moving all over the place, then you're probably not doing much abductor work. You're probably just doing more groin work, and you don't want to hit your groins here. You want to hit your abductors, your glute muscles, your hip area. And as you guys can see, I'm kind of arched forward, and that is to solely put the pressure towards the abductor hip area muscles. And also, so as you can see, I'm not sitting towards the back of the machine. I'm sitting towards the front because the way that my anatomy is of my body, my legs are too short, and I literally will not feel it in my abductor hip area. I will just feel it in my groin area. So just a couple tips for you guys. Now, these are my top 5 favorite glute movements. Please feel free to try these, you guys. Let me know what you think. It was a pretty good workout. As you can see, I'm legitimately dying. All right, guys, catch you in the next one.
Okay guys, so it's the end of the night and I wanted to share with you guys, for one, my sushi order, but two, as you guys will see in my video, I had some issues using, I got a new pad for like squatting and hip thrusting. I originally bought this for hip thrusts, and I was trying to go heavier today, which I can go heavier, but I was only able to go with 245s on each side. But this thing, the way that I was trying to use the easy bar with the 45-pound weights, you're not able to roll it on you using this, because this actually fell off, like it slipped off, and it hurt my hip. So this one I purchased on Amazon for, it was like $10, $11. I don't recommend using this for hip thrust unless you have somebody put the weight on top of your hips. So I actually asked one of the guys at the gym for help, and he helped me put the weights on my hips using this one, and then I just switched it over to my original one that I have, which is this gangsta old one. Yep, looks ugly, but this one does the trick. So just a little tip, and I'm going to show you guys my sushi order. Okay, so last but not least, how I order my sushi. I typically order everything with no rice unless I'm having like a refeed high carb day, but I'm not doing carb cycling right now. I'm just at like kind of like a maintenance phase, I guess you could call it. So I still do lower carb because my body seems to process a lot better on lower carbs and higher fats. So that's what I'm doing. Let me show you guys what I got. So this is a soy paper roll. Soy paper, did I say that right? Yeah. And I always get it dry with no sauces. I take out the avocado because I'm allergic, I will die. And I add cream cheese. And then I get a cucumber roll, which has crab meat. And I also take the avocado out of this, and then I add cream cheese. And so that is my order. And I get everything dry with like no sauces or anything like that. And I forgot I was going to tell you guys. Hashimoto's brain. I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm about to turn 8.
You're what?
I'm about to turn 8.
He's about to turn 8. We're gonna have him a glow party tomorrow. If I have a chance, I will vlog what it looks like. I can't vlog the party because I don't want the parents to look at me like all crazy. Like, what is this girl talking to her camera for? Yeah, so, but let me show you guys my Christmas tree. I forgot. I showed it to you, but I didn't show it to you. I didn't show it to you. I didn't use that clip. Okay, let me show it to you. Look at how pretty my tree. White and gold, everything. So fancy. Very diva-ish. So I have that Christmas decorations. I only have that little bit right there. And some like, what is this called? Garland? Some of that. And then I need to get more Christmas decorations now. Oh, shoot. Then I have just that. And then here's my all white Santa. And my angel princess house. I bet you guys don't even know what that is unless your moms have it. And then my all gold Christmas tree. Yeah. So that's it. So yeah, I forgot why I was sharing with you guys my sushi order, but the biggest tip I can give you when you're ordering sushi is to not get the fried sushi, not get to any of crazy with like all of the sauces, and stay away from the soy sauce because it's extremely high in sodium and it's gonna freak you out if you weigh in the next day. So those are my biggest tips for sushi. Thank you for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed all of my favorite glute movements. I have a couple more, but these are like my top ones that are go-to. And yeah, so don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. By the way, did you guys notice I gave you 2 vlogs in one day? Yeah, I've been a busy girl and I'm exhausted. Okay,
Don't know how to make you feel, but I'm sorry, bitch, I'm blowing. You know I just dropped top in that coupe soon. Don't know where you been at, true. Now I'm searching for who you. Yeah, I'm coming right back, and I got way too many fails. way too many.